Leny Yoro was incredible against Arsenal on his return, so in today's video, we're going to be breaking down his performance and analysing why he is so good.
Let's get started here. Here's that first action from Leny Yoro. I really love this. You'll see the lines here, the separation he has between himself and Trossard. It just shows his confidence. He backs his ability. He knows the gaps that he needs to be able to go and win that ball. He tries to shove Trossard onto the outside. He really does. He knows the threat of Trossard cutting in. He knows the gap behind him. He knows where the middle centre-half is in De Ligt. He's now trying to get back. This is a transition. Arsenal have received the ball and now they kind of got Manchester United out of shape. But Leny Yoro, he has this sort of ability which many centre-halves, the best centre-halves have. Saliba does this as well. The same separation, backing himself to send the attacker to the outside. Van Dijk as well has this sort of ability. And then I just want you to look here, as Trossard gets here, look at how quickly he's closed that gap. He now knows when those distances need to be sort of covered, when he needs to shorten that gap between him and the attacker. And to have this as such a young defender coming back in your first game from injury, it's so impressive, because we know Trossard is two-footed. He can go on the outside, he can come on the inside. But he knows if Trossard goes on the outside and goes down the line, he has the pace, he has the strength, he has the ability, he has the legs to be able to deal with that. He just does not want Trossard to come inside, and that gap separation between him and Trossard makes sure that he won't be able to at all get inside him. And then now you'll finally see, look, Trossard goes on the outside. Leny Yoro has the legs, the timing to win that ball back to prevent any dangerous opportunity from occurring. These things get sort of talked over. People don't mention this a lot, but it's so impressive. The way that transition as a young centre-half to know when to dive in. And that's why I think Yoro is going to be a fantastic wide centre-half. You've got Mazraoui on the other side who can deal with a 1v1 threat of wingers, but also getting behind. Then you've got Yoro who has the timing. You can leave Yoro 1v1 and be confident in yourself and be like, you know, he will deal with that. Like the Salibas, like the Van Dijks, Leny Yoro has the ability, the timing to know when to win the ball back. It was really good stuff from him there. Here we go, another thing here. This was just a simple pass into the feet of Manuel Ugarte, but I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like his pass selection is very good for someone that plays wide centre half. He trusts his DM. You know, he played in a back three at Lille. He knows when to play the ball into the feet of the midfield. He knows when to go long. He knows when to play it into his keeper, as you'll see later on. His pass selection in a back three in those wide centre back positions is very good. He recognizes the next pass that Ugarte can make. Ugarte in the end loses the ball. It was really poor. But look, what is meant to happen here is Yoro will play that ball into Ugarte. It was really good. And Ugarte should find Ahmad. It's about building those triangles. I feel like United had a really nice structure about them, but there wasn't enough of building the triangles, trusting each other, seeing the balls out to the wing backs enough to go on the attack. Arsenal have pressed here. Once that ball gets to Ugarte, if it goes to Ahmad, that is 4 Arsenal players out of the game. And then you have Bruno behind Ugarte, as you'll see there in the top right corner. And United will have more numbers in the attack. And this is what Amorim said about United not really having the ideas in the attacking third. But it will come. It was really nice to see Yoro sort of recognizing the passes into the midfield. It may seem simple, but he knows, okay, I can't go directly straight into Ahmad because that will draw, you know, Marino into Ahmad's space or Trossard into Ahmad's space, and they'll be able to recover. But if it goes into Ugarte, he has to have the intelligence to know Ahmad is there. Let's utilize those wing backs. But this was something I just wanted to talk about. One of the strongest aspects of Leny Yoro's game is his anticipation. He really does know how to anticipate, see the danger, read the danger, knows how to cover those spaces, either that's in the near post, the central centre-back sort of positions, or in the wide centre-back positions at the back stick. He knows how to move into those spaces and read the danger. I want you to look at him, number 15. You'll see the arrow there. That is him looking towards the ball. Many centre-halves will be worried about what's behind them, but he knows if I cover my spaces, look after my zone, the ball is not going to get past me. And those long legs he has just helps him so much in these sort of scenarios. He has fantastic box presence, knows how to defend his own box, knows how to defend in those wide areas. And it was on show in this cameo, to be honest. And that blue dot is where maybe another centre-half would find themselves worrying about Trossard, coming backwards into Trossard's space. But that's very dangerous, because then Trossard can easily spin you when you as a centre-half move towards him. Ahmad has him, Yoro knows Ahmad has him, and says, okay, if I defend that front post zone, I'm going to be sorted. And you'll see here, the ball comes into the box, Yoro's long legs are there, and he intercepts the ball. It's small things like that. He knows when to rotate in and around that 6-yard box to be able to win that ball, to be able to prevent Trossard from getting it. And it's really, really top stuff, as you'll see here. Look at that lunge. He knows how to deal with the danger. And this is a young centre-half. He's so young, but he has those ability, has the awareness to know what to do. I really, really love this from him. I've said it about 50 million times in this video, but the understanding of the spacing, the understanding of his own body and to win tackles from Yoro in this game was absolutely insane. Here, I was thinking, Leandro Trossard is in here. He has the ability to strike the ball. There's no chance any Manchester United centre-backs can get back and defend, but Leny Yoro's understanding was really, really good. He knows the separation between him, De Ligt and Mazraoui. He knows, okay, I can go and get that ball from Trossard because the other centre-halves are in a position where they can converge and also block. It's small detail, the small details. Maybe a young centre-half here just watches it, allows his other centre-backs to deal with it, but he sniffs the danger out. And you'll see here, in a flash, him and De Ligt, really good understanding between them. I can see that partnership building, and they get the ball off Trossard. I feel like Trossard really, really had a tough game when he came on against Yoro. He is so good 1v1. He's so good at reading the game. And the wide centre-back's positions allows him to be able to rotate into the central areas to defend too. And this is what's going to make him go to the very top. He has an understanding of the spacing, the understanding of when to dive in. Maybe the only thing with him, he's a bit too much on the ground, but that's to be expected from a young centre-half. As time goes on, the Salibas, the Van Dijks, he'll learn how to stand up, read the danger. I think Saliba, before, he broke into the Arsenal team, one of the worst things that people used to talk about is that he jumps into tackles way too much. But Yoro, already, we can see he's a bit jumpy, but that will get ironed out. He'll know when to stand up a bit more and recognize he can just nick that ball by just being near the opponent, because he has the legs for that. Just hope he doesn't concede many penalties just by jumping in, but I'm sure Amrin has the game plan for him. This wide centre-back role won't have him to be in these sort of scenarios a lot, especially when United are playing against a team that will have less of the ball. About Leny Yoro as a centre-half is that he has this thing that we call pauser and understanding of when to release the ball. Here, you can see Arsenal's triangle here really pressed in. This is difficult. The Emirates crowd was up. Trossard is there. Havertz is there. Maybe a ball into De Ligt would be necessary. You'd expect that from a young centre-half. Then De Ligt will boot it. United will probably concede possession. But no, Yoro understands. He knows, okay, I can't go into Ugarte because Ahmad isn't in close proximity for Ugarte to pass the ball in. So what he does, he recognises this and drives into the space. He baits the Arsenal press. He says, okay, Trossard, what have you got? You come near me. I'm going to find another avenue out. Because sometimes going backwards, you can effectively go forwards. And look, Leny Yoro opens the pitch up, finds Onana, who can easily play it into Mazraoui by driving the ball a little bit, or maybe switch it to Dallo, who was a really nice outlet in this game. But I love this from, Leny Yoro, understanding when to go forward, understanding when to release his passes. It was top stuff from the youngster.